Hello and welcome to the tutorial on how to update content in the artist's gallery. Let's say we want to add some content to one of the slideshows for one of the artists. Let's say we want to work on D. Wagner's gallery here. So we want to add some photos to her list here. So what we want to do is we want to log into WordPress and go to the dashboard. And the plugin that we're using in order to create that grid of artists is called Media Grid. It's over here on the left. So we want to go to Media Grid, and we want to find the artist we want to work on. If we wanted to add a new artist, we would just hit Add New Item here. But this is an existing artist, so we're going to just search here. There's a lot of artists in here, so it's pretty easy to use the search feature over here instead of just scrolling through all the 3 pages of them. So here's D, and we can hit Edit. So in this section here is where you would edit the content that is on the right side of their slide. If you wanted to add a link to their website here, you would just write the name of their website here, and we would highlight that text, and we go up here to the little chain tool, and we would say Insert, and we would put their address right here. Usually helps if you go find their address first or find their website, copy it, paste it, and you can just put it right there. So that's how to deal with that. And then if we keep scrolling down, a lot of stuff on this page. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. This here is where we set what kind of slideshow we're going to do. For all of these that have multiple images, we are using the multi-image slider. And for those who just have a single image, we're just using the single image slider here. But for most of them, we're using the multi-image slider. We have a choice of having it full width or text on the side. The text on the side puts the content over on the right, which makes it a little easier to read. Otherwise, it puts it on the bottom, which on a smaller screen is sometimes hard to see. So then there's quite a few other choices here. You can resize or crop the image. We want to resize them. We don't want to crop them. We want the cropping method to be to scale it down instead of cropping it. 75% up here for the slider option. That just is how big it fills the screen, so it pretty much fills the screen but doesn't take over entirely. We have it set to not autoplay the slideshow, but to show the thumbnails and to display the captions. So then this section, these are all the photos that are currently in her gallery. If we wanted to rearrange them, we could just grab them and move them from side to side, and it rearranges them. And this is where we would add them. If I had already uploaded the photos, it would be here in the latest set of images. To look through the entire gallery here, all you have to do is hit Next Images, and you can see all the media that you've uploaded if you did upload it recently. Or if you haven't uploaded them yet and you want to, you can just hit Manage Images. And then you can just select the files here. Let's see, I have them here somewhere on the desktop, I believe. There they are. Can't remember which ones I was going to add, but let's say this is one of them. So then down here right now we can go ahead and add the caption. And we can just say Save All Changes. And we can go ahead and close this because we just uploaded it. We haven't told it yet. So it's going to upload it here, see, down into our library. And now we want to tell it, by just clicking on it, that we want to add that to the gallery. So that's it. And then later, if we want to edit that image, we would have to go back in down here to edit it, or over to the media library. So then the next place to look at over here, this is the featured image, and that's the one that'll show up in the thumbnail on the full gallery. And within the featured image, we have the ability to center the thumbnail image. For instance, this is a really tall one. If the birds were a little closer to the top of the image, then I might want to center the image thumbnail up higher, although I think center would work just fine on this. But that way, if the image, the interesting part of the thumbnail is off center, you can use these features here to adjust where the thumbnail is. Item sizes. This is something that's optional, and we'll get to it when we get to the pasting it into the grid, but 1/3 of container and 1/4 is the standard that I'm using, and that makes no sense now, but hopefully it will soon. And then I'm putting it in the artist category, but of course this one already is. So all I need to do is hit update, and voila, her image is there. So now let's say that we went through all of that and we were making a new person. Since we made a new person, that person wouldn't be in the media grid that is the artist page. So let's say we wanted to add somebody to that. So we'd go over here to, under media grid, to the grid builder. That's where we're making the grid. We're using the media grid for the studios as well as the artists. So we'd go here to browse artists. If you click on that, the one you want to work on, it brings it up. And these then are all of the grids, the thumbnails, and you can rearrange them if you have them out of alphabetical order, or if you wanted to add them. Let's say Christine Johnson here was the latest one that we just were adding. I was just working on. I would just hit the add button here, and then it would just popped up down into this list, and we can drag and drop them to get to the right place. Now remember, on the other thing where I was talking about the image size, that's what this here is, the width and the height. Because this is a grid, what it's talking about is it'll divide the image to be 1/3 of the available space, so essentially making it 3 across, and it'll make the height 1/4 of proportionally of that relationship. So it'll take 1/4 of the screen and make the height of the image, and 1/3 of the screen and make the width of the image. So that way it'll fill the grid as people have various screen sizes. So it makes it really nice and dynamic, which is really friendly part of this tool. So if I had made any updates to this grid, I would just hit Save Grid, and we'd be done. That's it. I hope that was very helpful, and I'm happy editing. See you later. Bye.